did not plan on doing a life story. I mean, I kind of did because I woke up thinking about it. But like, I didn't like. Okay, I kind of did. Okay, I did plan it, but like, it's just because like I feel like all the other times that I've like told my life story, even to my therapist, like I was like anxious and like also still didn't fully remember a lot of things. And I feel like tonight when I woke up, I like remembered and I was like thinking about what I remembered. And like, I don't know, like, cause I feel like a lot of like the times that I've like told my life story in the past, like, I kind of would not lie, but kind of like scrap together like the blanks or like pieces of my memory and just like fill in the blanks of what I assumed happened. Because it's literally like as I just said, like it's literally like some parts of my memory, like it's just like there's this like huge like gap. Like it's like a puzzle piece and there's like a piece missing. And like it's like infuriating, but at the same time, it's kind of like maybe that piece is missing for a reason. Like, don't investigate it. Like, just move on and look forward. But like, also at the same time, like I feel like I'm missing a part of me, or had been for a while, and it frustrated me that I couldn't remember. And today I woke up and I remembered. I mean, I obviously can't remember everything, but I do remember the gist of it, and I do remember like a lot more than before. Like, which is like really good because like I don't know, I just kind of had been holding it back and been like, I don't understand. Like I thought it was weird because like people remember their childhood. Like they just do. And like I don't know, like I feel like I finally like don't question my reality because like okay, being a pathological liar has had a lot of effects on me. Um, because like, well, and having dissociation, but like the two combined is like it's really toxic because like with the dissociation, like your body doesn't feel like your own, and then with pathological lying, your mind and your reality is changed. So like the two combined, where like you don't like have control of your own body, you feel like, and with pathological lying, like you don't feel like you have control of your own mind. And the same thing kind of goes for depression and anxiety, because like when you're having an anxiety attack, you can't really control anything, and then or like when you're really anxious, like you can't really like contain like your fight or flight response. So, and then when you're really depressed, like sometimes like I can't like move or do anything or have find motivation or like want to do anything because like it's just like really bad. So like I guess all of that like mental like chaos and like in out of control like, mentally as well as like physically with dissociation, like it just fucks with your mind, you know? And like you're kind like it fucks with you because like it makes you feel like something's like wrong. Well, I mean, obviously something's wrong, but like it makes you feel like you're not like real or like everything's like a lie. Especially with like the past, like when I was like a major pathological liar, like I became so caught up in my lies that like my lies were my fabricated reality became my reality. Like I legitimately believed my lies. Like I was so far in my fear and denial and like defense that like I literally got tangled up in my own lies and started believing them myself. Like it was really really bad, you know? And so like working through that and like trying to like remember everything while you're like dealing with all of this and have been dealing it for most of your life, but then like most of my childhood I wasn't aware of what was happening to me Or even if I was aware, I was so far in denial and lying about it that like I couldn't even accept what I was going through, you know? And so like it's really hard to like fit the pieces together and like trust the pieces that I've put together, cuz like I don't know if those pieces are like lies of the past or like misremembered moments or like just something that I fabricated in the moment to like fit two blank pieces together. You know what I mean? Cuz like I feel like I kind of did that a lot for a while cuz like I just it's really hard to like accept the fact that like there are like moments of my life that I don't remember. Like at all. Like literally like gaps. Like just completely like just not there. Like it's terrifying. Like you're kind of like what the fuck happened that like I can't remember. Like I don't know, you know? Like but like so I don't know, it's kind of like curiosity kills the cat kind of dealio because like I either could have stayed in denial and like forever like questioned my past and like worried about it and been like, is who I am now who I really am if I can't even remember my past? Because like your past shapes who you are, and if you can't remember all of it, how do you know you're all of who you could be? Like how do you know like you're even like who you really are? Like, you know? And then like there's also like the fact that I was a pathological liar. Like what if subconsciously like I'm still a pathological liar and I never changed and I'm still lying and still lost in my fabricated reality and like everything's still a lie. Like or sometimes like I'm even like what if I like wake up someday and like I'm a completely different person? Like what the fuck? Or like what if I wake up someday and I'm still living with my mom and this was all a horrible weird dream. Even though it's not horrible because it's a lot better than when I was living with her, but like it also like doesn't feel real. Like sometimes it feels like I just have to close my eyes and open them up back up again and like I'll be exactly where I was and I'll be exactly who I was when I was a kid. And then sometimes like I close my eyes and I want to like wish as hard as I can that I can go like 10 years in the future and like be free of all this like angst and like free of all this fucking like trauma and free of all of this shit that I'm working through, and I finally worked it all out and like I'm on my way to like having a good career and like have my own place and have my own independence and I'm not dependent on anybody and I don't feel so lost and confused and frustrated anymore. But in reality none of those things are true. Like what is reality is I did make it out of my relationship with my mom. Like, and my mom is getting her own independent help, and as am I. And my dad is a dick. um, and I'm 17, like almost 18. Like I'm almost an adult. Like I feel like old, but I also feel way too young. Like I don't know, it's weird. Um, but it's nice to like at least like remember all the years. Like you know, cause like I don't know, like I feel like I'm starting to remember. It's not perfect. Some of it is like really, really hazy. But like I am remembering, which is good because like I hated not remembering because like I just felt like something was missing and I felt like what if I remember and I'm like actually a really different person and like what if like I'm still in the past, and like, what if like this is all still a lie, you know? Like, it's just, it fucks with your mind when you can't remember things. Like, you know, like it's just like like I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's that it just feels wrong to not remember. But I'm also scared to remember, but I also feel like I need to know. You know? And I'm tired of like attempting to fill in the gaps and like kind of making half-assed conclusions and like tying things together that could possibly not even need to be tied together. I'm just doing it because there's a huge fucking like blackout or like blank space in between like one memory and the next, and you're just kind of like, what the fuck happened in between? Like, because it's not just like, oh, during Christmas I did this, and then like a few months later I remembered that happy memory. Like, no, it's like literally like there are years apart, and like there's nothing in between those memories. Like, except a vague recollection and the knowledge of, oh yeah, I would have been between the ages of like 7 and 8 during those years, but I honestly like cannot remember what happened during those years of my life, like at all. But now I kind of do. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, I remember snippets and like hazy memories, but it's a lot better than complete blanks, you know? Like, it's a lot better to stare at a page with lines than a page with nothing at all, you know? Like, I don't fully have the story yet, but I have the baseline for a story. I have the lines. So we're getting there, you know? Like, we're slowly getting there. Like, maybe at some point I'll fully remember, and I might never remember. But like, I also like think that I need to remember at least like some of it, because like I can't live with like the blanks anymore. Like, I'm so tired of like questioning my own reality because I don't know my past. You know? Like, how can you understand your present if you don't understand your past? Like, it's really confusing. And so like, I don't know, I just like keep like going back because like as much as I keep pushing for the future and pushing to move on from the past, I also can't move on from something that you can't remember. Like, you're always going to question and doubt something that you can't remember. So, yeah. Anyways, I don't think I finished my story. Because like I got distracted by talking about like why I'm so happy with being like starting to remember, but I think I left off with still living with the routine with my foster grandparents and me hating the routine, but like also loving it because like it gave me a reprieve and something to like time to like internalize and like work through my problems instead of ignoring them to focus on my external ones. Which I think was the only thing they really gave me. Like, to be honest. I also recently found out that they kept me from my mom. And they didn't help my mom at all. Like, they obviously knew that she wasn't stable because I couldn't live with her, but they also didn't help her. Like, once they found out that I had basically run away with my friends, like, they took me in, but then they didn't talk to my mom or tell her anything about me, like, running away to begin with, but I'm sure she probably drew a conclusion based on my absence. Um, or the fact that they had started taking care of me, or anything. Like, they never told her anything. She had to find out from the cops, I think, and then later on the hospital when she was hospitalized. But they never told her anything, and they never offered her any support, like financially or just like emotionally or otherwise, or even like offered like her anything, which kind of like pisses me off because like they're supposedly like this happy-go-lucky like religious like family who like supposedly like live the perfect life in their suburban little fucking house. They even have this fucking mailbox that looks like a mini dollhouse version of their own house, which like I always found really creepy. Like, why would you want your own house like replicated on your fucking mailbox? Like, your mailbox has one purpose, to hold your fucking mail. There's no need to decorate it, sweetie. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, the fuck? Like, what? Anyways, so yeah, I just like I appreciated them helping me, but like I always like distrusted them because like I felt like their help was never really like, I don't know, like I feel like they were like I feel like they kind of like had this like duty to like help me, but they weren't helping me because they genuinely loved me or cared for me. They were helping me because I think they thought it was like a message or like a purpose from God, and like it was their duty as like God's disciples to like fucking like help me or something. But then they completely neglected my own mom. Like, part of the reason that she got so bad was because they neglected her and didn't offer her the support like that she needed. Like, I was like I'm pissed off at them, to be honest, because like they have this like whole front, like, look at us in our perfect little fucking suburban house, look at us with our like perfect like fucking like family, like we go to church every Sunday, like we're fucking fantastic, look at us. We even like took in our foster granddaughter and like took care of her while her mom was unstable, but like they don't accept or own up to the fact that like my mom has mental illness and like couldn't control herself, and she needed people like them who are mentally stable and knew about her mental illness, because they knew, they just didn't fully understand, and they were like didn't want to understand it, they didn't want to help. And part of the reason was like, and that's what caused her to get so bad. So like I don't fault my mom for hurting me so much. I fault them because they were the bystanders who didn't do shit when we needed the help. Like, I didn't know any better because I was a kid, and my mom didn't know, like, couldn't control herself because she was so far gone in her mental illness. They needed to be there for us, and they weren't. And then when they were there for me, they weren't there for her. So it was completely pointless and didn't help. Like, the only thing that it helped with was giving me a reprieve and space to, like, work through my own thoughts on my own. But, like, other than that, nothing. Like, they gave me fucking nothing. Like, nope. Like, other than physical needs and the space to, like, think, nothing. They gave me nothing. And I, like, actually don't appreciate their charity because I feel like it was kind of like they saw it as an obligation more than something to do for somebody that they love. Which is just kind of like, okay, like that. Like, really? Like, like, if you can't be kind because you genuinely want to be kind, then why even bother being kind? Like, if you're like, you're just being nice to like save face with people, like what does that say about you? Like, that you're only nice for yourself, which completely defeats the purpose of being nice. So fuck off. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I never really understood, like, I don't know. Like, I think they taught me a lot about, like, why I hate pity and why I hate, like, charity, like, case people, because, like, they didn't, like, help because they genuinely wanted to help. They helped because, like, it benefited them and made them feel like such great people. Like, fuck you. I'm not your fucking charity case. Especially when you, like, neglect the person who actually needs your genuine help. Like, fuck you. Like, just really. Anyways, after that, I, like, moved in with my dad and grandma. And then my dad and I, like, I was still, like, stuck in my whole, like, because, like I said, like, I've said a couple times before, but there honestly are still a lot of blanks with my dad. Like, I honestly like really don't remember like much of my childhood with my dad, like at all. So, but from what I do remember feeling like he was my hero and like he was my savior and my reprieve from my mom. Um, and so like when I came back to move with him, like I still had that same mindset. So like even though I was like kind of living with him, well, I was like living with my grandma and like he was like gone a lot of the time. I thought he was just busy, and like I kept making excuses for him and was like very defensive and like really like loved him and was very protective of him. Um, if anybody said anything bad about him, like I was like on his defense, like on the dot, like really quickly and like I don't know. But then um like I think I started realizing that he wasn't like the best guy. Um like I don't know when I started realizing it, to be honest. Like I kind of always knew, but I just kind of like overlooked it. But then like when my grandma started like having really bad dementia, which at first I didn't notice the signs until like they got pretty bad and I was like, "Oh, this is not okay." And then I kind of freaked out because um I started panicking actually for a while cuz like I could not handle the fact that I was going to have to take care of somebody else. Like around this time like I was like starting to like live for myself and like trying to let go of the guilt of leaving my mom and trying to like not be at my dad's beck and call. But then like my grandma was like starting to get like worse with her dementia and like I had to face the fact that like she was like mentally like losing, you know, which is like really sad for me because some of the few really happy, carefree childhood memories that I have were with my grandma. And to like face the fact that like they'd be haunted by the new ones to come of where I would be taking care of her, like was heartbreaking, but also like terrifying because like I was so scared of like losing myself again and like becoming like a mindless like machine who just like served other people. And like I just was terrified of that. So like I was like would call my dad like every day like dad like please help like I don't know what to do like I don't want to take care of her because like I'm scared to, you know? And like obviously like he we already know refuses to take responsibility for anything and just kept saying that it was fine and that we were fine and like everything was fine but never actually did anything to make sure that we were okay. And then the final straw that like fully pushed me into like the awareness that like he really just doesn't care um is was when he left for Honduras and like left my grandma and I like completely alone. Like was when I was like just stunned into like awareness and like that's when I like started accepting the fact that like he's like not great and like it's like I don't know. And then I was like, well, what am I gonna do? Like I like at this point was still like in an unstable relationship with my mom. Like we had just started reaching out to each other. We still weren't really close to each other yet. And I was still kind of low key scared of her. And then now I had my hero, my dad, like discovering that he's not responsible and he doesn't take care of his family either. And I was just kind of like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, just abandon my grandma? Like, I can't do that. So, like, I started taking care of her or trying to. And then around May, my 17th birthday, around that time, like, I was, like, really, like, kind of depressed and, like, was not looking forward to my birthday at all. And then my uncle came and like, he and I, like, just, like, reconnected, and, like, he was the first person to be, like, there for me since my best friends that saved me from my mom. And, like, I just was, like, I didn't know how to handle it. And, like, didn't know how to handle, like, what he was, like, giving, because, like, I'd never had it before. And I don't know. Well, I mean, you kind of know the rest of the story. Like, this is kind of where I had already started my YouTube channel a while back and was, like, already talking about all of this. Like, you kind of already know the rest of the story. Like, my uncle's still here. My uncle's still helping taking care of us. And I've come to the full realization that my dad is a complete, like, an utter selfish, like, motherfucker. Like, he's so fucking selfish. And, like, doesn't care or have any regard for anybody other than himself. And it really hurt to come to that conclusion, like, as we well know. But, I mean, I came to it, and it's kind of like, what are you gonna do? Like, it's, I can't help it any more than I can help my own mental health issues, or that I can help my mom's drug addiction, or I can help her mental health issues, or then I can help world hunger. Like, I can't do much, you know? Like, I just have to take it one step at a time, and, like, accept that some things are out of your control and some things are in your control. And what is in control is me. I am the one person in control of my life. Like, no matter how many times people in my life have tried to control me, or no matter how many times people in my life have abused me or tried to belittle me or have belittled me and made me feel worthless, like, I know I'm the only real person in control of my life, because, like, all those people that hurt and abuse me, like, they're other people. Like, they're not going to be around me constantly. Like, they're not going to be around me, like, 24/7 in my ear, like, hurting me physically or emotionally or however they would hurt me. Like, they're not constantly going to be there. Their memories are, but they're not physically always going to be there. I am the only person who's going to physically always be there. So I need to take control of my own life, not others, because I can't control anybody else more than I can control myself, and more than I can protect myself, or more than I can save my own self. Because I feel like I was looking for all this, like, love and, like, safety and security from other people as a child, because I didn't know how to provide for myself, and I didn't know how to provide it, like, for myself, because I didn't know how. And I still don't really know exactly how. But, like, I'm kind of taking it one step at a time, and I know that, like, I can handle it. Like, I've handled a lot, and I can keep handling it. And, like, I feel like I had a really fucked up childhood, but it's going to give me a fucking amazing adult life, hopefully, because, like, I need a break, man. Like, if my adult life continues to be torturous, I'm gonna be like, fuck this, man. Like, why? But, like, I don't know. But hopefully, it keeps getting better, so, because I feel like most of my life I've been, like, as far down as you can fucking go. And then all I can do is go up now. So, like, we gotta hope for that. Like, so, yeah. I mean, there are things that I wish for and that I kind of wish I could have changed about my past, but, like, I can't. And pondering over it is not going to help anything either, so you just need to keep going. But it really is important to me that I remembered at least some more, because, like like I said, like I can't really trust my present or even my future if I don't know my past. Like, you don't know yourself if you don't know your past. And if there are like big gaps, you're kind of like, what am I missing? Like, what's like, what's part of that like shadow? Like, I don't know. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know all of it yet. And I might never know all of it, but I'm learning a lot of it, which is important because like I need to know a lot of it to understand a lot about myself. So, yeah. Also, hopefully I can go to bed after this because like I have school tomorrow. Actually, hold on. Okay, I know this is bad, but like, hear me out. Okay, like, low key, kind of don't want to go to school. Like, um, like I don't know. I've just like low key been kind of like tired of school. um, uh, like I don't know. And also, I have a psychiatrist appointment tomorrow, or a psychiatric appointment tomorrow. So I mean, like maybe. And then the day after tomorrow, I'm gonna have my first therapy session in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. Oh my god! Like, oh my god, it's been so long. I mean, I'm so grateful for the space because like I feel like I grew kind of really dependent on my psychiatrist or therapist and like just went to her for a lot of things and went to her for like support. She was kind of like my crutch. And it was really helpful, but like I felt like I needed the 2 weeks to like internalize my issues that we talked about and like work through them on my own personally instead of like continuously talking about them, even though talking about it is so helpful. Like freaking love therapy. But like I needed some space to my own, like to internalize it as well. But I really need therapy again. Like I really fucking missed it. Like I love her so much. Like, oh my god, I'm so happy for Wednesday. Okay, anyways, yeah. I mean, probably one of the only fucking people that like is actually really excited for therapy. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I mean, a lot. Hence the therapy. Anyways, oh, well, you get to see how messy my room is. Okay, anyways, yeah. But so I might not go to school tomorrow or the day after tomorrow because psychiatry and therapy, maybe kind of using it as an excuse not to go, but like I could use a little break, like take some time to myself. Like, God, I hate myself. Okay, we're gonna like stop here because like, okay, anyways, goodbye.